That's welfare. Excuse me. The other thing I will say is that I appreciate Trump because he's the only person that I really pay attention to who lets me know that I'm actually smarter in math than he is. Excuse me. He's not even as smart as a sixth grader when it comes to that. With regard to tariffs, this is something that's stuck in his craw all along. And like most things do, when he thinks he knows best, which is often, you cannot shake him. And that's probably what happens. We talk about people who know better and all of this other stuff. He doesn't listen to people who know better. And that's a bigger problem. And with regard to tariffs, every time that man stood there and said, it is not a tax. First few times, maybe people thought that was true until they started paying. And then they realized, whoa, this is a tax. We do pay more. And we saw it immediately. We saw it in car prices immediately. Then we saw it in grocery prices. But he will still tell you it is not a tax. And he still will tell you that the tariffs are paying down our deficit, which is impossible. That's just impossible because our deficit increases every day. So the tariffs can't. But that's also to show you how good his math is. He also tells us that he's knocked down pharmaceutical prices, pharmaceutical prices 800%. So that would mean that any drug that you are getting, you're being paid 800% to take that drug. But he hasn't figured that out, that we know better. And really, that's essentially the other part I would say is Monsef was right. Other people are right. He was never a good businessman. He has made money through the presidency. And that is because our Congress has allowed him to. That's because everybody just is shutting their eyes and let him do it. But other than that, he was not a well-respected businessman in New York. He was known in New York, but he was not a well-respected business person in New York. And even though he had licenses, he had all these companies that he was licensing, they were using his name, they all went under too. If you think about it, think back before he was president, every single thing went under. Trump airport, Trump meat, Trump wine, Trump, even the urine test, the home urine test. So it's, I just want to say that he makes me feel better that I know more than he does, but he makes me feel worse that I pay more than he does. Thank you.
Funny when you mentioned sixth grader. When I was in the sixth grade, I joined the stock club at school, sixth grade. And that's where we learned we actually bought stocks. There were like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of us, and we all pooled our vast piggy bank resources and bought stocks. And we learned how the stock exchange worked as a result. We had skin in the game. So that's how you learn. Thank you, Miro. We'll go to AI.
Hey, Gary, this is AI, aka candidate John Kitover. I'm
AI going once.
Hey, I'm here.
Can AI you hear going me? Twice. There you go.
Hey, this is candidate John, now known as AI here on the app. And in Illinois, there's 90,000 soybean farmers in southern Illinois where Darren LaHood presides in his congressional seat. So the reason why we're bailing out farmers is because a lot of the Congress people, a lot of their voters and their constituents are farmers, but it's also major aggregates and major farming corporations getting huge bailouts. I think it was $17 billion. Meanwhile, China just announced that their surplus annually is now exceeding $1 trillion. So this is a civilizational game that America will not stop playing because we keep borrowing, spending, and taxing. And this is not a race to the bottom, but this is really truly a race of survival. If we stop our deficit and we only spend what we take in and we start paying down the debt, the whole system will collapse. There will be no profits. There will be no growth. And so the whole system is based on Please wait till I'm finished, Marshall. Take your jacket to the dry cleaner. It looks like it needs to be cleaned. I'm not finished speaking. I'm still breathing and speaking.
Thank you. Sticking to the topic, you have a tendency to just talk about whatever is on your mind.
Take your